So do you know what happened?
No, I really don't. It looks like he had a seizure and then went into cardiac arrest. It's days like this I wish I had specialized in pediatrics.
Welcome, honored ancestors. Come on, Angie. I'm not that much older than you.
Bye, I said cousin, and you know it.
Well, your Mandarin was never very good. You're much better speaking Cantonese.
If my Mandarin isn't very good, then yours can't be much better. After all, your mother taught all three of us.
Yes, I remember all those lessons. Mom taught you a lot back then, too. Let's reminisce more another time. Now, where's my hug? So, Angie, you okay?
I'm okay, bye.
How's your father?
We haven't talked much since Mom died. I think he's off on vacation, but to be honest, I'm not sure. I'm so sorry about Mitchell.
Let's talk about this later. Where's the car?
It's this way, my lady. Would you like to see Mitchell?
Yes, but first I want a chance to talk with you. So ask Tony to take his time.
Let's go, Tony, and take the scenic route.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll get there in about an hour, if we don't run into traffic.
Thank you. But before we talk about Mitch, why the formal greeting at the airport? It isn't necessary.
I'm sorry, Bai, but if things were different, you'd be the new Empress of China. Every year, your family gives more money to charity than some countries do. If anyone deserves to be treated respectfully, it's you.
Angie, the Qing dynasty ended almost 100 years ago. And giving away money my family doesn't need hardly makes us good people. So I am not special. Or at least right now, I don't feel special.
I'm sorry, Bai. I didn't mean to.
I understand. My mother's death has been hard on everyone. And right now, we have to focus on what happened to Mitch. So let's get right out to business. What did you find out?
Well, I've got a pretty good idea of what Mitch has been doing over the last 6 months. Did you know he was engaged to be married?
Yes, I met Megan once when he brought her home over the holidays. I figured he was going to ask her to marry him soon. But I hoped he would wait longer.
It looks like you were right, because she gave him back the engagement ring just 2 days ago. She just threw it back in his face after a little argument.
I was afraid they were both too young. What else do you find out?
He was poisoned.
With what?
I'm not sure, but you should know his physician, Dr. Thompson, suspects it as well.
So what do you know about this poison?
What little we've learned was discovered using samples of his blood. A research physician is helping me, but so far we've learned nothing definite.
So how can you say for sure he was poisoned?
Dr. Lee is convinced it was a poison, and an herbal derivative. He's working on figuring out exactly which herbs made up the poison.
Then we have a lot to do, Angie. Because someone tried to murder my little brother.
Shushu，我不能先天报下视力。Uncle, I don't understand. What did I do wrong?
First, we are in America. Speak English. If I hear you speaking Mandarin again, I will rip your arm off. Second, do not refer to me as uncle. That misbegotten brother of mine may have impregnated one trollop too many, but that does not make you bloodkin of mine. You will refer to me in public as Mr. Xie, and in private as Gong Xie.
Yes, Mr. Xie.
Third, never, never, never interrupt my morning exercises or afternoon meditation unless my life or well-being are in danger. Is that clear?
Yes, Uncle. I mean, Mr. Xie, whatever you say.
So, young Master Tseng, why are you here?
Because you called me
Yesterday! I called you yesterday. Where were you?
Well, I...
Whoring, drinking, snorting cocaine or other meaningless vices. Fourth, when I call you, that means come right now, not the next morning. Is that clear?
Yes, Gong Xie.
Good. I see we are finally beginning to communicate with each other. So why are you here?
I'm here to get out of Taiwan. I was involved in a drug deal that went bad. The drug dealer tried to double-cross us while trying to get away. I accidentally killed the drug dealer, and so now they have a price on my head.
And finally, the beginning of truth. But that does not answer the question. Why are you here now?
Uncle, I already told you.
Do not try my patience, young one. I am not so senile that I cannot see the truth. There is a reason why you are right here, right now. And if you do not want to end up a one-armed beggar, you will tell me.
My father sent me here to learn out how you become so rich and powerful in America without any obvious criminal record.
At last, the entire truth. So, you want an education. First, you must look the part. Go find the tailor shop of Mr. Mancini and have him make you a complete wardrobe. Then, come see me Wednesday morning after my morning exercises. Is that clear?
Yes, Gong Xie.
Good. There is hope for you yet. Now leave us, quickly! Phone. Ms. Fernandez, a gentleman will be coming by in a moment by the name of Tseng. Please give him the credit card and directions to Mr. Mancini's shop. Thank you. Olivia, please call Senator Schwarzenegger's office and find out if he has a few minutes to speak with me this afternoon. No, any time this afternoon or this evening will be fine, Olivia. But please, be persuasive.
Will the boy be of any real use to us?
That remains to be seen. At the very least, he can do some of your, what is the expression, grunt work?
Yes, sir. Grunt work.
Good. Now we'll see if he will be a help to us or just a hindrance. Let's go.
Tony, take the next exit and find me a coffee shop. I would like a cup of tea, please.
Yes, ma'am. Right away. You want me to get you some? Or you want to stretch your legs?
Would you please? Get me a cold green tea and Angela her usual.
Cold green tea and chai tea. Coming up.
So what did you find out when you talked with Mitch's doctor?
I spoke with him yesterday, but he wasn't much help.
May I help you?
Yes, I'm here to see Dr. Thompson.
And your name, please?
Angela Claremore.
One moment. Dr. Thompson, Miss Claremore's here to see you. Follow me, please.
Miss Claremore, it's a pleasure to meet you. I just wish it was under different circumstances.
Dr. Thompson, thank you for seeing me so quickly.
It's not a problem. I just want to let you know that we have received the power of attorney from Bai She. So, what can I tell you?
Well, why was Mitch admitted? And what did you find out during the recovery?
Mitch was admitted about a week ago. His initial complaints were of nausea, vertigo, headaches, and there were third-party reports of aberrant behavior.
Aberrant? I don't understand.
Mitchell was reported to acting belligerent, aggressive, and destructive towards friends, faculty, and students. These reports came over a couple of weeks, and we initially thought it was drug-related, but we found no evidence of drugs in his system.
But the police and local press report that drugs were found in his apartment.
I can't shed a lot of light on that. The one thing I can tell you, however, was he was poisoned.
Poisoned? How's that possible?
Well, to be honest, we can't really say how he was poisoned, although the prevailing theory was the poison was ingested, either through something he ate or something he drank. But however the poison entered his system, we can be positive that he was poisoned.
Can you tell me anything else?
Now, it's funny, the police asked the same question. We have a pretty extensive database of common poisons, and we have no match to what Mitch has been taking. What I can tell you, however, is the withdrawal of the poison from his system is actually worse than the poison itself.
How can that be?
Miss Claremore, it's not unlike heroin addiction. Mitch has developed a chemical dependency to whatever it is it poisoned him. And the sudden removal of that from his system caused him to go through severe withdrawal symptoms.
Is there anything else about Mitch's mental state? Or his emotions?
Well, in the week that we had him here, he was very quiet. The only time we ever saw any emotion out of him at all was when we told him that his fiance had returned his engagement ring, and briefly when we talked about his childhood. He related a story about when he was a young boy, and Interestingly enough, you were mentioned in that story.
Me? I don't understand.
Well, I don't have all the specifics, but apparently when you both were young, there was this incident at the playground.
Mommy, come quick!
Angie, what happened?
It's Mitch. Some boys are hurting him.
Hurting him how?
They have him on the ground and they're kicking and punching him.
Angie, wait a minute.
Is he gonna be okay?
He doesn't appear to have any broken bones, but he's got a lot of cuts and bruises. We'll take him home and call your aunt and tell her what happened.
He's gotta be okay, Mommy.
It'll be okay, Angie. Let me pick him up and we'll take him home.
So you see, Miss Claremore, for most of the time he was here, he was quiet. You might even say stoic. It's as if he was frightened of his temper, frightened of what he might do if he lost control of it. It did make his sessions rather difficult.
I'm sure it did. Is there anything else I should know that's pertinent?
I am amazed personally that there was no police involvement in all this. They were very quick to call this a drug overdose, even though there was no evidence of drugs found in his system. With the exception of the poison that we found later in the tox screen and his aberrant behavior, he was normal in every other respect.
I appreciate all you've done, Dr. Thompson. I'm sure Miss Baiche will show her appreciation as well.
Well, thank you. I just wish we could have done more.
So that's all he could tell you?
Mitch wasn't there for very long. The doctors didn't have time to diagnose or treat him.
I'm still at a loss here. Who would do this to Mitch? And why poison him? What were they trying to accomplish?
I'll get to that later. But what surprised me was how the police weren't interested in pursuing the investigation.
That made no sense either. Do you find out any reason why they dropped the investigation?
I'm not sure. But before the investigation was dropped, the university's chief police received a rather unusual phone call from Senator Henry Williams.
What's up, Laura?
Your 10 o'clock just pulled into the garage. He should be up here in about 10 minutes.
My 10 o'clock?
You haven't forgotten already. Mr. Schwarzenegger's office called yesterday to make the appointment with John Z.
Oh, I remember, all right. I've got 2 bills to go over before the session this afternoon, and here I am spending valuable time with some chink from California.
Now that's enough. I know you're not happy about this. Let's put that racism of yours on a tight leash. For Christ's sake, Hank. This man deposited over $250,000 into your re-elections committee and PACs just to get this appointment. You may not be grateful, but at least be pragmatic. If you could put that much money into your accounts, imagine what you could put into your opponents. This is one guy I don't think you could afford to torque off.
Okay, message received. So what do we know about this gentleman?
That's better. We know precious little about Mr. Z. He's a very successful attorney. And he's been very generous with Mr. Schwarzenegger's campaigns in the past. Larry, his chief of staff, I talked to him the other day. He says that Mr. Z never asked for any favors or special treatment of any kind. But when he does, he always gets what he wants. Larry also said that a couple of California assemblymen crossed his paths. And after that, after those incidents, they were never reelected. Larry's take? You don't want to screw with this one. That's good advice.
Understood. Do we have any idea why he wants to speak to me?
None. He called Senator Schwarzenegger's office yesterday and called in a lot of markers to get this appointment very quickly. So whatever it is, it's urgent.
So, to sum it up, we know very little about him, have no idea why he's coming here. Whatever he wants has got to be urgent, and we do not want to offend him.
That's about it. Oh, one other thing, unless it's absolutely necessary, agree with everything that he wants.
Oh, I figured that out all on my own, Laura. I just wished I knew ahead of time what I was saying yes to.
That's what you get paid the big bucks for, Hank. Just do yourself a favor. Be charming. Just forget he isn't white.
Okay, I'll be good. I promise.
You pull on that old country boy act of yours. Just kind of like tune it down a little bit for this one. He's not going to buy the act.
Mr. C, I'm Kate Aviles, the Senator's Administrative Assistant. It's a pleasure to meet you.
And you as well, Miss Aviles. Is the senator running late?
He's ready for you now. You can just walk this way.
Stay. I will be out shortly.
Yes, Gongsha.
If there's nothing else I can get you, Mr. Z, I'll leave you two to talk.
Thank you.
You are not what I expected.
Yes, I get that very often, Senator. There are not many Caucasian men with Chinese names.
I bet that's a fascinating story, but that's not the reason you came.
True. I came here with a proposition. Before I get to that, however, I understand congratulations are in order.
I beg your pardon.
Why, on the engagement of your daughter, of course. You must be very happy with her upcoming wedding.
I don't know what you're alluding to, but this marriage is not something I'm in favor of.
But why not, Senator? I understand your daughter's fiance is a good man with a bright future. What could be the problem?
Something tells me you know damn well what my problem is. But let's get back to this proposition of yours.
It is something I'm sure you will find very interesting, and it benefits both of us. Do you know what your daughter's fiance is working on?
Pardon me, would you like something to drink? Coffee? Water?
No, thank you, I'm fine.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes?
When Mr. C went into the office to meet with the senator, you addressed him as Gong Shi.
Yes, that's right.
Now, I've been trying to translate that online, but I'm not finding it. What type of greeting is Gong Shi?
I understand your dilemma. Gongshi is not a greeting, it's two words. One is a title, the other is a name. In America, I've noticed that most people pronounce his name as she, but the correct pronunciation is shi.
So, the correct pronunciation is Gong Yan Shi?
Yes, that's almost right.
So, the word Gong is a title.
Correct.
So, what type of title is it? Doctor? Professor? Mister?
It's a hereditary title.
So, what does the word Gong mean?
It doesn't translate well. Its meanings depends on the context.
And in this context, it means?
Don't screw with Jiangshi.
Mr. Z, thank you for coming. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you, Senator. I appreciate your time.
Senator, you need to hurry. You're gonna be late for your committee meeting.
Kate, call Senator Brown's office and tell him I'll be a few minutes late.
Okay, Hank.
And ask Laura to step in here for me.
May I ask a question?
Yes? What is it?
I don't understand why you're going so far out of your way to do so little harm to this Mitchell. I assume that he's related to you, but I don't know who he is and what he has done to make you so vengeful.
What he did is the only important thing. He stole from me, and for that I shall make him suffer.
All this because he has stole from you? I don't understand. Tell me what he has stolen from you and I will get it back.
What he stole from me cannot be recovered. It is gone forever. The only thing left now is to make him pay. That's why I do not want him dead yet. I want him to suffer for years as punishment for his crime.
Yes, Gongshi, as you wish.
Good. We'll be in Cleveland tomorrow to set the plan in motion.
Laura, first things first. You're still dating Larry, aren't you?
Well, yes, we are.
Good. I want you to take him to Marcel's in Foggy Bottom and put it on my tab.
Okay. But why?
I just lucked into the biggest opportunity since my election to the Senate. But before you make those reservations, I need you to do two things.
Yes?
One, I want you to get our investigator looking into the background and business dealings of Mr. Jian Zui. I want him to come up with everything he can, but I want him to be discreet. I don't want anybody to know about this.
And the second?
At Megan's school, there's a team of engineers working on a project codenamed Iris. The head engineer is Megan's fiance, Mitchell. And the head of the research lab is a Dr. Chakravarti. Now, how this school kept this project this big confidential is amazing, but I want you to find out everything you can.
And what exactly am I looking for?
This is supposed to be the next breakthrough in computer technology. I don't understand all the details, but I do understand that the military applications are enormous. Get me specifics.
Well, if there are military applications and no at the Hill, no one...
Exactly. I'm going to be the one to bring information on Iris to the Armed Services Committee, and I'm going to trade the chairman information on Iris for a seat on the committee.
I got it. I'll get on it right away. You should have something by tomorrow.
Good. As soon as you have something solid, set up an appointment between myself and Chairman Dole. Laura, this is the opportunity I needed.
Did Mr. Z tell you about Iris?
Yes, and a lot more. But I really need to be getting to that committee meeting.
One question. Mr. Z didn't tell you about Iris out of the goodness of his heart. So what'd you have to promise him to get that information?
Trust me, Laura, you don't want to know. All you need to know is whatever he wants is easily worth what Iris is going to do for my career. Now get to it.
Tony, I need to make a couple of private calls. Can you find somewhere to park the car?
Yes, ma'am. So what's this all about?
I'm not sure. She's upset about Mitch. And just found out her father's involved in what happened. I'll bet she's trying to get some more information before she acts.
Hope she don't find out what we did yesterday.
Shut it, Tony. We didn't do anything wrong. Just what we needed to.
You keep telling yourself that. I know better. You've had Mitch under surveillance for weeks. That's not part of your job. You've been here instead of wherever you're supposed to be. When do you think she'll figure our involvement in all this?
If I were you, I'd concentrate on your job and your loyalties. Remember, if it weren't for me, you'd be in prison instead of a cushy chauffeur's job. What we did was necessary. Remember that.
I understand, but why all the mystery? What's so important, we gotta count them both.
If the control software functioned properly, we wouldn't be having these problems.
It has nothing to do with the control software, it's the instrumentation.
Guys! Just take a step back for a moment, all right? Hey, Jacques, let's review the problem.
If we go with these...
Excuse me, miss. Can I help you with something?
Hi, I'm looking for Mitch.
Mitchell Shea?
That's him.
I'm sorry, but Mitch is in an access-restricted lab. I can't let you in.
Oh, please, Professor. I'm Megan. I'm his fiance. I just want to talk to him for a bit.
Megan, I'm Mitch's advisor, Dr. Chakravarti. He talks about you all the time. I understand you're a senior now?
2 more semesters to go, and then I'll be done. Mitch should be done with his PhD by then, and we can get married.
Well, good for you. I'm happy that we finally got to meet. I hate to say this, but we have strict rules on visitors in the labs. But this I can do. Walk back the way you came until you get to the last office on the right. My name's on the door, and it's open. Wait there, and I'll have Mitch pick you up there shortly.
Thank you so much, Professor. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you as well.
Okay, we are going to try the 2 propeller, 1 engine, and 2 drive shaft redesign. Any objections?
No, it's at least worth a try.
Hey, Professor.
Hey, how are things going?
Well, we've been experiencing some issues between the tail rotor and the system software. But we have developed a potential solution that'll be ready next week.
Good, good. It sounds like you're on the right track. But let's talk more tomorrow. How about you call it a day?
Works for me.
Great. See you tomorrow.
Mitch, can you stay behind for a minute? How much time have you been spending on the project over the last month?
I've been here as much as I possibly...
Too much. Do you know who's waiting for you in my office?
Not really. The dean?
No, not the dean. Someone of much higher importance. Megan. You do remember your fiancée Megan, don't you?
Of course I do.
Well, then let's get out of here before she tears the doors off looking for you. Here you go, Megan. Just as I promised. He's done for the day, so drag him out of here before he finds something else to do.
My pleasure, Professor. Come on, you. You're spending the rest of the day with me.
Come on, Jacques. I'll buy you a beer. You can cry in it.
Oh, shut up. Just for that, you're buying me a real Canadian beer. Not that American Beastwater you're always buying.
Very well, Jacques. Lead on.
Very well, Jacques. Lead on.
Sit down for a moment.
Okay. What is so important that it can't wait until after dinner?
I wanted to talk with you, Megan. You know I love you, right?
Well, it's hard to tell since I never see you much.
I know. I'm so sorry, but I'll do better. I promise. But I wanted to talk with you, tell you why I'm not around. It's that project that I'm working on with Jacques and Robert.
Yes, the project. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you told me you were working on something for the military. Did you know that your lab is the only place on campus where students can't come and go as they please? Professor Chuck stopped me before I came in. He wouldn't let me in. Why is that?
Well, the why is easy. What we're building has literally dozens of civilian and military applications. The university stands to make hundreds of millions of dollars off the patents alone. That's why no one's allowed in, not even you. And also why it's so confidential.
Well, I understand why you've been so crazed about the project, but can I ask you one question?
Sure.
Have you made any after-dinner plans for us?
No, not yet.
Good. Because after we eat, I have an idea.
What's your idea?
Mitch, you've talked to me more in the last 3 minutes than in the last 3 months. And while I would love to spend the rest of the night hearing all about the project, I have something better in mind.
Better? How much better?
A lot better, hon. You have 2 choices. You can either take me to see the new Tarantino movie, or we can go back to my place and get naked. Now, personally, I vote for getting naked. Unless, of course, I don't get something to eat soon. Then I might have to have you for dinner and go to the movie all by myself. You ready?
So that's why someone was out to get him. And go as far as Morta.
What I don't understand is Dr. Check was Mitch's biggest fan. Now he won't talk to anyone about Mitch. It's as if he doesn't want to admit ever knowing about Mitch.
Still don't explain why you was here for over a month. How'd you know this was going down?
Tony, this is a bigger situation than I can explain in a few minutes. Just concentrate on your driving and do as you're told. Let me take care of everything else.
Do you have any idea why we're here?
No, I was told there was a meeting at 2 o'clock and I needed to attend.
Oh, I got the same message, but I can't sit around all day waiting for...
Good afternoon, gentlemen. My name is John, and the man accompanying me is Tseng. I am here to talk with you about your future.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Your future, gentlemen. You are thinking about it, aren't you? In less than 9 months, you will be done with the IRIS project, and you will have completed your PhD.
Who told you anything about the IRIS project?
That is unimportant. What is important is that the university owns all of the patents to IRIS, while the two of you get just room, board, and tuition in return.
And your point is what?
My point, Robert, is that for tuition, lousy food, cramped housing, and Spartan, poorly funded facilities, this academic institution stands to make millions, maybe even billions, from your work.
Oh, and Michi's too.
Don't forget about his contributions.
Yes, Mr. Descoutez. Let us not forget about Mitchell Shea. I would rather speak about what the two of you want.
What we want?
Yes, what each of you wants.
Okay, who are you and how do you know all this?
That is unimportant. It only serves to confuse a simple discussion of how the two of you get exactly what you desire, with very little effort and no risk.
Anything?
With no risk?
Yes. I am prepared to guarantee you everything that is outlined in those folders, with no strings attached. All I need is your assistance with a few minor tasks.
I don't think I like any of this. What are these minor tasks you speak of?
It is very simple, gentlemen. I will give you time to decide. Here is my card. One of you needs to call me tomorrow with your decision.
And if we say no, or if we both don't agree?
That would be most unfortunate. You can have a promising future with my help, or a disastrous one without it. In any event, a call would be appreciated, gentlemen. Good afternoon.
I am not betraying my friend.
We have to.
I am not betraying him.
We don't have too many other choices.
I'm not going to.
He's going to blackmail us.
He's my friend.
Shit! How close are you to being done?
Almost done. It will be ready to ship tomorrow.
Excellent. And I trust all of these have the correct dosage?
Yes, sir, I did them all myself.
And what about the herbalist?
It's so unfortunate. The electrical fire that started in the fuse box spread up the wall and consumed the entire building before the fire department arrived.
Anyone hurt?
No, Gongshi. The old man and his wife were at the banquet that you hosted just as we planned, so the store was closed at the time. Given the age of the building and the fact that the arson inspector has been duly compensated, the investigation will be wrapped by the end of this week. The old man will receive a settlement on his insurance claim by the end of the month.
Excellent. The theft will go undiscovered, and only the old man would have realized what we stole. The only thing that remains is to repackage these containers and ship the box to Cleveland. Arthur, make sure the box gets to the charity's main offices, as if Bai had shipped them herself.
Of course, Gongshi.
Everything is going well, gentlemen. Now we just need to sit back and watch.
Mitch, do you know why I asked to see you?
No, not really.
Well, first, you look terrible. Are you getting any sleep?
Not much. Ever since I've been getting these blinding headaches, it's been rare that I get more than 1 or 2 hours a night.
Well, I can tell. And worse, so can others. Mitch, there is no easy way to say this, but you're screwing up badly. I have reports of you snapping at students. Robert and Jacques are ready to quit if you aren't replaced, and your dissertation is almost unreadable. What's wrong?
I'm not sure. I've been to the clinic. Doctors can't seem to find anything physically wrong with me. And trying to convince me that it's just stress.
Whatever the problem is, you've got to fix it now and patch things up with Jacques and Robert before things get too far behind.
That's not fair. The two of them have been slacking off for months now. Their output on this project has been deteriorating each and every week. I'm the one that's been having to work harder and longer just to keep us on track.
Mitch, they tell a different story. According to them, you're making unreasonable demands, changing design specifications twice a week, and making significant decisions without their agreement or even discussion.
That's not right. I have not made a single decision without their input. The only demands that I've made of them are that they commit to the dates when they would have things done.
For once, I don't know what to say besides I'm really, really concerned about your health. Take a few days off. I'll supervise Jacques and Robert till next week and see if I can get the project back on schedule. Take some time to spend with that pretty fiance of yours and get your perspective back. I'll see you on Monday.
Okay. I'll see you on Monday. Hey, Maggie. What you doing? Do you have some time to come over tonight? I really want to make you dinner. Great. I'll see you then.
What is wrong with you? I blow off studying for 2 midterms just to come over here, and you're just lying there with that half-dead expression on your face. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you weren't enjoying yourself.
I'm sorry, Maggie. I don't feel good.
Look, I've seen you sick. I've seen you banged up and bruised after sparring. I've even seen you down after fighting with Jacques and Robert, and all that time you have never been unwilling or unable to love me. So, what's the real problem?
I told you, Maggie, I don't feel well. I have had this killer migraine off and on for weeks now, and nothing the doctors prescribe is working. I'm sorry I'm not in the mood.
And even sorrier that you're frustrated and horny, but I need to get some sleep if I can get any.
It sounds like you've been getting some, and not for me. Tell me, who is she?
What are you talking about? Between teaching those idiot undergrads, working on my dissertation, and constantly having to kick Jacques and Robert in the ass, I don't have enough time for you, let alone someone else.
Don't lie to me, Mitch. We haven't made love in weeks. I never get to see you or talk to you. My roommate thinks you're seeing someone else, and you just don't have the balls to tell me.
Your roommate is a spiteful bitch who plays on your insecurities. She has never liked me, and has always gone out of her way to be vindictive and cruel. Up until today, you've never given a damn about what she says or thinks. Why are you listening to her now?
Because I never see you. I never talk to you except for 30 seconds at a time on the phone. You never come by. We never go out. I never see you. What am I supposed to think?
I don't give a shit what you think. I have done nothing wrong, and you know it. Maggie, you are the only one in my life. But if you're going to continue believing I'm screwing around on you, if you want to, fine. Just do it somewhere else. I need to get some sleep.
Hey Sarah, what's up? The fight was a bad one? She came home crying? With no underwear? Oh. I wonder why. Well, what'd you tell her? Good. Good, yeah. The more she thinks he's cheating on her, the better. She's coming over here to make up? No, wait, actually, no, that's gonna be a good. Yeah, I can take it from here. Yeah. So how soon will she be here? 10 minutes? Got it, yeah. No. Let her tell you. That way, you can act a little surprised, yet write all along about him. Okay? Yeah, thanks for the call, okay? Yeah, bye.
Hello? Mitch? Jacques?
Oh, hello. You must be Jacques' girlfriend. I'm Angie. Pleased to meet you.
I'm not Jacques' girlfriend. I'm
No? Oh, I'm sorry. I just assumed you were his girlfriend. I mean, Mitch doesn't talk much about Jacques, but sorry, I just assumed. Jacques' not here right now. And I'm sorry, I was too busy, playing with Mitch this morning to really pay attention to when he'd be back.
Playing? With Mitch?
Yes. He just left a few minutes ago. Something about that iris project he's working on. But I don't know. You don't care about that, though. So, tell me, what's your name? How long have you and Jacques been a thing?
My name is Megan Williams. And I'm Mitch's fiance.
Oh, wow. I'm so sorry. I knew he was hot, but I didn't realize he was engaged. Oh God, I'm so sorry, Megan. I didn't know.
So, how long have the two of you been dating?
We met when I was taking one of his classes, and, well, one look at him, and I knew what I wanted. God, this is awkward. Look, How about I go get dressed, and then I'll leave, and then the two of you can talk or something, okay?
Don't bother. There's nothing to talk about. Sarah was right all along. He doesn't love me. Do me a favor, will you? Give him this the next time you see him. He'll know what to do with it.
Look at that. I don't even have to get it resized. Perfect. Yeah. Hey, it's Angela. I got your message. What happened?
Mitchell collapsed and dialed 911. He was in the intensive care wing for a few hours, but was moved this afternoon to an outpatient clinic. The old man is furious. I've never seen him this angry before. The kid wasn't supposed to be permanently hurt, but it looks like Sang screwed up somehow. He's nowhere to be found, and if I were him, I'd stay hidden.
What are you going to do?
I have no choice here. We can't be implicated in this, and now the police are involved. Jian will be livid, but we must cover our tracks. I have a plane ticket leaving SFO this evening. I've got to destroy all the evidence.
You won't be implicated. I'll see to it.
Sorry, babe, but I can't take the chance, and Jian won't either. We have to get rid of all the evidence and point the cops someplace else.
Let me take care of the evidence. I'm in Mitch's room now. You just relax there. I'll clean this up.
No can do. The boss was specific. We have to leave nothing but scorched earth for the cops to find. And as far as I'm concerned, scorched earth includes Mitch. We can't allow the cops to interview him. They may put two and two together. So we'll incriminate him as a drug user and then make sure he dies in the hospital. We can make the cops go away if we give them something credible to find.
No! You can't kill him!
What's the matter, babe? I thought you didn't give a shit about him. You just wanted Jian out of the way. Well, we can still do that, but I have to get rid of this problem first.
Okay. You're right. We can make this work to our advantage. Let me handle the evidence. Let me handle Mitch also. I'll make the police think he's a user. You have Jen call in a favor. Get the police off our tracks.
You sure, hon? I've never seen you kill anyone before, let alone someone you know. Are you sure you're up to it?
Never fear, lover. I've got it all under control. Tell me, what happens when Jen finds Zhang?
He'll probably have him killed if I don't stop him. He's almost insane with rage.
Don't bother stopping him. Instead, I want you to do this. I want you to have
Can I help you?
Yes. I would like to drop this off for Mitchell Shea.
Oh, we're not allowed to accept any valuables for patients.
Oh, please, ma'am. It's very important that he gets that back right away. I would greatly appreciate it.
We have regulations which I just can't break. I'm sorry, but visiting hours will be starting around 2 o'clock. You can come and bring the ring to him then.
No, I can't. You see, I was Mitch's fiance, and that ring has been in the family for generations. I just wouldn't feel right not giving it back to him. But I just can't face him. Not right now.
You're breaking off your engagement to him here? And you want us to tell him?
No, you don't have to tell him anything. Just give him back the ring. I want him to have it.
It doesn't matter. We can't be responsible for this ring. And the last thing he needs right now is the emotional blow of his fiancée breaking off their engagement. Why don't you wait?
I can't wait. Look, I have to go. Just give him the ring, and you don't have to do anything else.
I told you, we can't.
I'll take it. I'll give it to him.
Robin?
Becky, hasn't the kid been through enough the past few hours? The only thing worse than finding out that his fiancé is breaking off their engagement is finding out that she's breaking it off and taking the ring with her. I'll give it to him.
Thank you.
Save it. Do you know where the exit is?
Yes. I'm so sorry, Mitch. I'm sorry about everything. It'll all be over soon, love. I promise. Do you want to go in and see Mitch?
No, you go in. I have certain business to take care of with the university's chancellor. And a certain U.S. senator who's in town today. I'll send Tony back with the car.
I understand. When do you want him to pick you up?
My flight leaves out of here at 7 o'clock tonight. So Tony should pick me up around 5.
I'll make sure he's there.
Thank you for everything, Angela.
No problem, bye. It's a job your mother hired me for. Take her wherever she wants to go, and then wait there. Whatever she says. She has a flight leaving at 7, so make sure she's there before 6. I don't have a flight till 11, so I won't need the car till then.
Okay. Where you gonna be?
I'll call you around 9 and tell you then.
Got it. I'll see you.
You ready to go?
Yeah, I am. Where's Bai?
She's on her way to the university with Tony. I think she has an appointment or two this afternoon.
That figures. She's just like Mom was. She's probably just out getting some donations.
No, Mitch. That's enough. Your sister has a lot to learn since your mother died. Running the family charity is a huge responsibility. But that's not what she's doing today. She's trying to get your degree awarded. And your records fixed.
It's not like it'll matter if she does get my PhD. Everybody already thinks I'm dead. My professor, my friends, fiance. They all think I'm just an addict who overdosed himself into the grave.
But the people who really care about you know the truth. Someone tried to kill you. And if we hadn't worked quickly, would have been successful.
But that makes no sense. I know what you told me. Bai said the same thing on the phone last night. I just can't believe someone hates me enough to kill me. Do you have any idea who could have done this?
Mitch, I'm not sure. I've been looking into it, but I don't know anything solid to tell you. Whoever did this hates you passionately. And I just don't know who. It's clear your research teammates weren't helping. They were in on it.
That's what makes this all the more confusing. I know Robert didn't like me, but he doesn't like anybody. Thought Jacques was my friend, though. And he was dating my ex-fiancée.
Remember, Mitch, it takes two. And the one person who should have stood by you throughout all this was Megan. She bailed on you at the first hint of trouble.
Well, I'm not completely blameless here either. If I would have spent more time with her, maybe...
No. Mitch, this wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't deserve to get ill. You didn't deserve an attempt on your life. And you didn't deserve to be abandoned.
Well, what I deserve and what I got are two different things. Now I gotta start all over in a new city, a new name, all alone.
You're wrong. On all three accounts. Your sister filed paperwork. She's going to change your last name to your mother's maiden name. So, it's new to you, but hardly unknown. And we're moving you to San Francisco. So it won't really be a new city. You know it better than you do Cleveland. And I promise, you won't be alone.
How can you promise that? As soon as I'm set up in my new place, the two of you...
Your sister will do what she needs to. And you've known for years that the family charity comes first. She's going to Africa this time. New orphanage or something, I think. I, on the other hand, have some time off coming. I mean, I have to help your sister with something tomorrow. But I'll be back in the evening. And I'm taking 7 whole weeks of vacation to spend with you.
That's great. You can help me get set up in my new place. See what's new. Maybe taking a Giants game.
You know, Mitch, for being a genius, you're completely clueless.
I don't.
You know, I've waited 15 years to do that.
That long?
Well, you never were very bright when it came to women. I've waited all this time for you to notice me.
I had no idea.
Forget it. The point is that now you know. So what you gonna do about it?
What do you mean?
You're completely hopeless. Come on.
Where are we going?
Well, fortunately, there's a hotel over there with at least one available room. So, you've got 2 choices here. You can either take me to see the new Tarantino movie, or we can go upstairs and get naked. Personally, I vote on getting naked.
Well, I haven't seen the new Tarantino movie yet.
I know you haven't. Come on, let's go. Maybe tomorrow.
No matter how many times Ma tried to teach you this form, you always make the same mistake. Here, let me show you. Relax. It's only snake venom. Someone will find you soon and call an ambulance. Don't worry about a thing. I called Uncle Hal a few minutes ago and told him you are ill. Angela is uploading a video of Sang's murder to him right now. And after he sees how you brutally murdered his son, I'm sure the two of you would have a lot to talk about. Don't act so surprised. Ma told me years ago that you hated Mitch, but I never believed her until that day in the schoolyard.
Do you know what I want done?
I saw you giving money to the kids who hurt Mitch at the courtyard that day. And I told Ma when she got home. Ma made me keep quiet all these years. Until now. You forget, Ma. If you walk on snow, you cannot hide your footprints. I shouldn't blame you for what happened to Mitch. It's not like you had a choice. I had a problem, and you were my only option to solve it. So for weeks ago, while everyone else was mourning Ma, Bill stole the charity's cash and disappeared. I couldn't report him to the police. The publicity would ruin us. Nor could I ask Angela to hunt down her own father. But he stole almost $1 billion. So I needed to raise money quickly, without causing suspicion, and distract Angela's attention while her security team located the stolen money. Ma told me years ago that you made your fortune stealing trade secrets from American companies. But what could I steal? And how would I go about it? Then I remembered what Mitch told me about the Iris project when he was home over the holidays. There was my solution. You steal Mitch's project, I get the proceeds back from you, and then make sure you rot in jail for the crime. I came up with a plan, and it was perfect until you got Sang involved. Why you couldn't just steal Iris and sell out is beyond me. But whatever your plan, Sang screwed up and almost killed Mitch. But once again, Angela came to the rescue and left enough evidence to distract attention from her involvement and pointing straight at you. So here we are. The university has granted Mitchell his PhD and gave me 1/3 of the proceeds from the Iris patents. The charities have enough cash to survive until we find the stolen money. And your accomplice, Henry Williams, now works for me until he retires from the Senate. After all this, I'm surprised you didn't pay more attention to what Po and Gong taught you as a child. Don't you remember? Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves.